What's up guys, Meredith with AmericanTrucks.com, and today we are checking out the Red Rock OEM style fender flares fitting all 1999 through 2006 fleet-side Silverado and Sierra 1500. Now body panels can get pretty beat up over the years, whether that's from debris kicking up on and off-road or simply just fading from the elements. Now this set will be a great solution to revitalize the look of your Sierra while keeping the factory appearance if your factory fenders have seen better days, or if you don't have factory flares but you want to add that extra style and protection for the side of your truck. Now, as it says in the name, these will feature an OE style appearance, just with a refreshed build compared to what's currently on your Sierra or Silverado. Now, these will also carry over very similar stock width, protecting the sides of the Sierra or Silverado, with the front flare measuring out at roughly 2.5 inches towards the front and roughly 3 inches towards the rear of coverage. And then on the back fender flare, it's going to be roughly 2.5 inches from front to back, as far as width is concerned. Now, although these aren't super wide, they are going to have that extra width there to create more of that aggressive wide appearance and cover up some poke with a flush or an aggressive stance. Now, the material here will also allow you to paint them with the right prep if you don't want to keep them matte black. But if you do keep them matte black, it's going to add a very nice contrast no matter what paint color that you have on your truck. Now these will be made of a tough polypropylene material, which is perfect for this application, considering that these are going to be resilient and flexible for good fitment on your Sierra or Silverado. Now they also are going to be able to take whatever kick up and kind of be put through their paces for if you're driving on or off road. Now the fenders will also be UV treated, so they will resist any harsh sun damage a lot better than other factory plastics if you choose not to paint these. Now this will also come with all of the hardware that you need to install them, and they will require a little bit of drilling, but it's simple and we'll show you how to do that in just a minute. Now this set is going to be very affordable at roughly $200. Now compared to other options on the page, this again is going to come in a full 4-piece set, and it's going to be true to the OE specs as to where most other kits will take that more non-traditional or aftermarket approach when it comes to the styling. Now I think if you're not looking to break the bank and want a quality set of flares that give you that OE style and that subtle style as well as function, these are going to be a fantastic pick for you. Now install is going to be a 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter and should probably take you about 3 hours to get the job done. Now speaking of the install, one of our customers here has installed this on their Sierra and is going to walk you through what that process looks like step by step. So that is going to wrap it up for me. Let's go ahead and get into it.
Okay, so the tools you may need for the job. Obviously this isn't a tool, but this is the supplied connectors that look like this. You may need a drill with a 1/4 inch bit. The best one that you have, just in case your holes don't line up. You may be one of the lucky few that they all line up. A hammer is what I use to tap these into place. And then a thin straight blade screwdriver, flathead screwdriver, if you need to pry one of those loose to make a small adjustment. Hey guys, today we're gonna be installing a set of the Red Rock OEM style fender flares for a 99 to 2006 GMC Sierra or Chevrolet Silverado. This is a 2005 GMC Sierra. We're going to be starting on the driver's side front. It's a very similar install on all 4 corners, but a few things I want to draw your attention to before we dive in. First thing to be aware of are these factory holes, which will be used to install each one of the push pin connectors. Now you may be one of the lucky ones whose holes all line up perfectly with the fender flares, but if not, that's where you may need the 1/4 inch drill bit. I've already done a little bit of a test fit with this first fender, and I'm pretty sure the front hole is not going to line up. The other thing to be aware of is your wheel well liner. You can either choose to pull the wheel well liner out and slide the fender flare behind, or go on top. I'm going to install mine on top. I'm going to start by installing the first one of these push pin connectors here in the top middle. It can be tricky to get that lined up, so we'll use the flashlight to help locate that hole. It's a little bit further in than you might think. You push the connector in, and then the friction pin that holds it all in place. Sometimes you can push them in by hand. If not, just tap them in lightly with a hammer. I'm gonna work my way around. Again, I'm going on top of the wheel well liner, and it appears that the clips are going to be long enough to reach the factory hole in the back. So far on this side, the holes are all lining up. One more on the bottom rear here. I would encourage you, before you start each of these corners, make sure you have enough of these clips laid out in front of you and have a few extras in case one goes flying. Now let's work on the front edge. These are the ones I was thinking might not line up just right for me. That one's off a little bit. I think it'll work. And now the front hole. It may be hard to see, but this hole does not line up. I'm gonna hold it in place and I'm gonna drill a hole through there as my guide into the edge of that fender lip. Now you'll notice, in order to give myself enough room, I started the truck and turned that wheel in to give myself room to get the drill in there. I'm holding it in tight. Get the hole drilled. Now install the clip. Just gonna tap that one in. With that completed, I've already done it and encourage you to do a test fit with this rear flare as well. It seemed to line up pretty well. If you had another set of hands, that could be helpful, but I'm doing this by myself. Just holding it in place with my knee. Lining up the first clip. My plan is just to work my way around. Those seem to line up well. My flashlight. 2 in the rear, 2 in the top, 2 along the front edge. So far, all holes are lining up well. You may have to press in a little more than you would think. Check these. Our first hole not lining up perfectly. To get these two to fit, I pressed up and pushed the bottom one in first, then this one lined up pretty close. All I need to do now is add the friction pins, tap from the hammer. One more here by this rear wheel. You should be able to do this without taking off your wheels and tires. That went in. Another way you could do that is by using a pair of pliers on the back side to pinch those. if you don't have a wheel well liner.
So that's going to wrap it up for my review and the install on these Red Rock OEM style fender flares, fitting all 1999 through 2006 fleet-side Silverado and Sierra 1500. And you can find these right here at AmericanTrucks.com.